everyone, I am Ecdysis. Thank you for that, by the way. How's it going? Going good. This is Resident Evil Biohazard Gun Survivor. I've actually been running this game a lot, and I want to do a commentated run for this. I feel like I haven't done one of these Speedruns Explained videos in a while, so we're going to do it now. As always, I do talk to Twitch chat during these, but the general idea is to kind of give an idea of how you run these games while actually running them. I feel like you can explain a game, but running it while explaining it's always something that's kind of just nice because you get to see what's there. Anyway, category-wise, we're going to be playing on easy. Also, you don't need to play on the Japanese version. I just own the Japanese version. If you own an American copy, play on an American copy. There's nothing wrong with that. Anyway, though. Anyway, I'm also on a PS2. So, 3, 2, 1, let's go!
Gun Survivor.
So, for the most part, this game's pretty easy. It's a pretty chill, PS1 game, PS2, well, PS1 classic Resident Evil. And unlike most Resident Evil games, it is first person. I know now we're kind of in the first person time, but back in the day we didn't have first person, we had survivor. And your only hope is this gun. This game also famously has some of the cheesiest cutscenes in the franchise, and you do have to watch some of them. Anyway, you start by skipping this cutscene, you'll be able to go into the game. If you hold down the X button, or it may be different in the North American copy, but I'm playing on the Japanese copy, you'll be able to sprint. Normally, just running into a door will open it, so that's kind of the general idea. Just kind of keep that in mind. Now, this game is pretty simple for the most part, and for a game called the Gun Survivor, you're not going to be doing a whole lot of gunning. You'll be more surviving than gunning. Anyway, some cutscenes can be skipped, some can't. This one cannot, as you can see here. Also, I'm playing on D-pad, because it's just better that way, I think. Exactly, that was when Mirage the Fox, we did good. Anyway, cool fact about this game. Just hit the body. Location does not matter for the most part. If you shoot the body, you shoot the head. Like, they are dead either way. Just make sure you hit them repeatedly. Anyway, they die, and we're going to grab the key. Normally when I'm grabbing something, I kind of just mash X and square together. It's kind of like the prompts. Again, buttons may vary depending on copy, but that's how we're doing it here. Now, the thing with Survivor is that depending on how you play, you can go to different areas. And depending on where you can go, it can be really major. We're actually going to be going into the diner here. The diner is going to have a faster puzzle kind of deal. Like, I think the game gives you, it's like 2 or 3 options per, and I know, like, if you go into the church, there's like a whole clock puzzle you gotta solve, and you have to go to a room, get the answer, and it's long. This way, you just run into the freezer, which is why you want to be in the diner. If you can just go with enemies, that is going to be much, much better. You mainly just want to go to this key right here, and with enemies, the best way I can describe it is that they'll normally try to grab you. If you just kind of mash all the buttons, you might do a shove. I don't know how this works exactly, you just sort of do it. So just like mash all the buttons, like I usually mash X square and then the directionals, and that'll kind of shove them away. As well, you want to make sure you run perfectly straight here because there's going to be a note on the left. Grabbing the note could be sad. However, the zombie can grab you sometimes too. Eating the zombie grab can actually be preferential. Now, you may notice as well, getting grabbed by a zombie, that doesn't actually damage you, funny enough. You only get damage if, like, you eat a big bite. So if you just mash fast enough, you're pretty fun there. As well, we got a... Oh, no cutscene there. Yeah. There's a cutscene, but it's fine. It's weird. Anyway, we're going to ignore that and go to the exit. Now, before we go to the next area, there are going to be a few things you're going to have to do. This will be a phone call. You can actually ignore that. You don't have to answer the phone. That's just kind of like lore. Which, lore is nice for knowing the game, but it's obviously not very fast. So, what will we do instead? That's right. What we're going to do is we're going to ignore the phone and go to the left bench. Right here is the key. You're going to need that key. That is going to open the next spot. Luckily, you may notice I'm kind of running past every enemy in the game. Why is that? So, Survivor has a neat mechanic in which if the enemy is not on screen, they can't hit you. For most enemies, this will be the case. You can skip the phone cutscene, it'll automatically take you there, and then you're going to be going into the arcade, which is this building right here. And like I said, some cutscenes are unskippable, so you get to hear the fun dialogue. But this game's really unique in that it's the only Resident Evil game that it plays like a peekaboo baby, right? Like, if you can't see it, it doesn't exist. And this game takes that super literally. I don't know why. It's kind of weird to a degree. Also, there's Discount Hunk. We're gonna call him Twink.
Everyone and everything must be cleansed. Now move
Knowing where you don't skip cutscenes is usually pretty important. But yeah, the arcade's gonna have some really just fast action that you're gonna be able to go through, which is why we're gonna go through the arcade. All right, here we go. Opens a little cutscene. We're not gonna worry about that. And then we're just gonna go to this room. That's kind of weird as well, because a lot of the stuff's gonna be kind of what's the word? More dramatic than it needs to be. I mean, it works, Myson. If it works, right? We're gonna skip that cutscene, grab the key right here, and then we're just gonna dip out. It's kind of weird because, like, there's a sniper here, and the sniper wants to hit you. But if you just leave, then it won't hit you. Morning to you. Hope you're doing great today. Hope you're having a great morning as well. There we go. Oh, look, Dino Crisis. It's a game in this universe. Hello. I'm Derek, so we're doing good today. Alright, so we're going to go into this room right here, and the thing is, on the left side, there is going to be a crowbar. You need this crowbar. That's like your key to exit the level. We're also introduced to the gunning enemies. These guys are kind of weird. They'll move a lot, and they'll try to shoot you, but they're pretty easy to avoid for the most part, because, like, again, you know, they usually won't be hitting you all that much. You can kind of run through most enemies in the game, and that's going to be quite helpful. Now, important thing here is you're going to run roughly to about the middle of the room, and you're just going to be mashing the buttons. There is a sewer grate right there. You're going into the sewers. Going into the sewers could be a fun time. I've been to a rave in a sewer once. It was a good time. I was offered ecstasy. I didn't take it because I didn't want to stay up all night, but it's a fun story I like to tell. Anyway, now that we're in the ecstasy-free sewer, we're going to be going into this weird door. The weird part about this is that, like, there's some story elements you have to do, otherwise the game doesn't really work. Like, I'm pretty sure this could be done maybe in other ways, but personally what I just do is I just grab this note, immediately cancel it out, and then you get, like, a little cutscene with Ark, and then it teleports you to the exit of the room. Kind of one of those deals, you know? And then, hey, look, we're out. Now, depending on the path you take in the sewer, it can be really easy or really difficult. This path is going to make it so we just can run out. Otherwise, you might have to deal with a bunch of the lickers in the game, like right there. We're gonna run past that guy, but sometimes it might lock you in, and then there's also the gator, so that's why you kind of want to take that path. Also, if it helps, write down where you're going. We're going to Paradise. That is the next section. Right there. I would say he has a character arc, Manicore. I would absolutely say he goes through a character arc. Alright, so we're going to start in the office here. We're kind of in Paradise. This is like a jail kind of thing. Paradise is going to have a few nice things. As well, I think the enemies are a bit like RNG on the amounts. I kind of get like anywhere from like 3 to 4 guys there. I've had 3 sometimes, I'm pretty sure. But it is quite odd. But we're going to go to this office and all that for a key. And then go out. Luckily, this game is pretty easy to play. And like I mentioned, you barely fire the gun in this game. And then as well, see, now we have like 3 guys here. I have no idea why that is. Like, one of them despawned. I wasn't lying to you. It's kind of fun. I don't know why it does that. Like, oh, 4 guys. No, it's actually 3. One of them just vanished. I didn't kill him. I just pushed him out of the way. But yeah, that whole area opens this area, and this is going to be able to lead us to the quick way out. Now, it's not only about getting the quick way out. Sometimes there's a little bit more to that. First off, we're going to grab the rope, and then we're going to be going through the jail cell right here. Now, something important to talk about is we notice that there's RNG on the amount of zombies that can spawn. That's not all this game is limited to, unfortunately or fortunately. So, with Survivor, one of the dilemmas of this game is that depending on the RNG you can get, you can have a really nice run or a really mean run. Different enemies are going to have different behaviors, and some enemies are absolute jobbers. You just run past them, no problem. Not all enemies are like that. So right now, going outside, we're going to be getting either dogs or hunters. If you get dogs, that's very lucky. Dogs are good, you just run past them. If you get hunters, you'll probably see some later, you're going to have to do a lot of serpentine motions. I can talk about it more, but in case you counter hunters, what you want to keep in mind is you're going to need to make sure that you're looking away from where you want to go sometimes. Because what's going to happen is the hunter's always going to want to stay in the frame. That's why they're such deadly enemies. Also, the rope is nice here because we can just go up and then immediately go down. We'll talk more about hunters when we actually get some hunters, but just keep that in mind. If you are trying to avoid them, you're going to do a lot of weird motions. Speaking of weird motions, here's Mr. X. We're going to run up to him, and then I'm going to go backwards. He'll punch, I dodge. We did it, and we're going to go up the stairs. Beautiful. I also hope your morning's nice, Manacle. Mr. X? Yeah, you just zoom past him. Now, a fun thing, and also this is a backup strat. This isn't guaranteed. I almost always need this because I'm not resetting runs like hell. Usually I do no resets. However, you're going to need grenade launcher ammo. This will always spawn right here. These flame rounds. You're going to need flame rounds. Now, if you get a flame round drop throughout the game, you're not going to need that. However, the odds of you getting that are not always going to be 100%. So, it might be nice for you to not have to worry about that. Anyway, these guys actually did shoot me. It's not a huge deal. You can just kind of run past them in the store. That's kind of thing. Just make sure if they're shooting, just keep them off the screen. And now we are in the next area. Umbrella. Hi, Nate Rocker. Hope you're doing good today. Nice. That was a pretty good section of you asking me right there. Hope you're doing good today, Nate Rocker. Alrighty, so I got the liquor here. They're very good enemies. You just run past them. Like, pretty much, unless said differently, assume the goal is run past them and keep them off screen. You can get hunters there, same deal. They're pretty brutal if you do. I'll point out where enemies will differ each time as well, because obviously, depending on how you play, that's going to change heavily. Right now, we could see 2 different spawns. By the way, if you get them in one room, it doesn't mean you'll get another room. I got a liquor there. It doesn't mean I can get hunters here. I might. See, I got the liquors again. That's very lucky. However, you need to get lucky consistently. So when I go back out there, it could be hunters again. So this first room, we're going to enter this because it's going to have a key card we're going to need. I get it, Manicore. You're doing well. Glad to hear, Nate Rocker. Glad to hear.
Hello? Can you hear me? Who are you? What are you doing? Answer me!
I can't believe it. Ark's representing the average YouTube commenter. Comment if you like Ark on YouTube. Anyway, I caught the key card, and I'm just gonna run away from Mr. Rex. If you hit 2, that's okay. Just immediately leave. So let's see what we get here. If it's still the liquor, we'll be good. However, if it's hunters, we're gonna have to play ball. It could be Izuku. Oh, there we go. So yeah, like I said, these guys like to jump. If that's happening, I like to do serpentine motions. It works pretty well. And just make sure you can get where you're going. You can see why they're annoying. They'll run into you. They'll jump. They really want to be on the screen. They know that the rules of this game, like, don't work. So, in that case, that's why you must, like, avoid it. And the best way I can mention is I do these weird curves. Like, that's the motion I'm trying to do with my hands, essentially. It's very wavy. It kind of confuses them, and you're trying to throw them off, which, yeah. We get a cutscene here. It is skippable, luckily. And we're going to be hitting the next major area. This is a PS1 game. It came out, and it was actually available with the light gun on the Japanese version. The North American version does not use the light gun, though. Also, I messed that up. It's always the U-turn. I don't know why I always do that. Like, that room always kind of messes my brain. Anyway, it's time for a boss fight. This is Mr. X. You're going to shoot him until he dies. When you have 1 bullet left, you're actually going to the menu to reload. The reason why is just is more efficient. I think it does mess with the IGT. At that point, once you're done, hit pause again, and you'll be kicked out of the menu. And then shoot him until he's dead. You don't have to worry about anything he drops. You can just, you can leave. Actually, I think it's right here. You can just dip immediately once you got it. It's quite nice. Yeah, going to the item menu is really good for being able to avoid IGT shenanigans, I think. This game does work on IGT, so the timer beneath me does not matter. What will matter is the very end of the game, you'll see there's going to be a, oh, you beat the game in this much. So that's what you're going to want to do. Oh, exactly. Well, Ark Thompson's built different. Anyway, now it is time for the most important item grab in the game. You're going to go to this car to get the grenade launcher. It's almost perfect on how well that's placed. So, quite nice. Now, another important thing to note about this game. Enemies can shove you. That means exactly what it sounds like. If an enemy is running behind you, they can push you forward. Anyway, you're going to be going for the gate each time. Luckily, this section's pretty easy. This is like the canal, I guess. The second one's going to be hunters, and this is really easy. Just zigzag. See? You just... It doesn't always work, but it'll work better than running straight. And then the last one will be spiders. They just kind of chill. They almost never hit you. You can just go straight to the ladder after that. Exactly. I'm a way nerd. Always a fun time. Alrighty, now it is time for lore events. A lot of this game is, oh, you must do the lore, and then that'll allow you to, you know, get to the next bit of gameplay. So this lore is just inside the house. The reason you gotta do this is because by doing this, the zombies will knock down the gate, and then you can make progress. The lore is really easy. It's not even a real cutscene. You just go to this, like, dresser. And then you immediately leave. You see a small child, and then you ignore the child. That's the most important part about speedrunning. Ignore. Pay no attention to them. Tell them to be gone. That's how it works. I think it's quite important. Alright. Hey, well that's good to hear, J-Rex. I'm glad that you got the cat back. It's always good news. It's always good news to hear. Exactly, Gears Over Dawn. Avoid the child. Alright, so we're gonna be going this way. So this guy will spawn, and usually he's not a big problem, because he kind of just spawns in and tries to attack you. As long as you run through, you're fine, but do aware he's there. You do not need the shotgun, you'll only be using the grenade launcher. You'll be able to do everything you need with the grenade launcher. Anyway, we're going to activate the panel. They're going to spawn in, don't worry about the jump scare, you just leave immediately. And the cable car is awkward because of the hunters, but as long as you are knowing where to go, you'll be fine. Which way we're going to be going is directly to the cable car. It's kind of where we spawned in. So you're backtracking. Also, on the easy run, if you are, you know, low on health, you spawn with like 2 medkits. So you can just use those normally. There we go. Nice. That was actually really good. Good. That was actually a really good section. See? Ah, yes, of course. Wasn't serious around the night. This is actually really smooth right now. It's going well. I'm also commentating it, so I'm surprised. It's kind of nice when it all comes together, huh? Anyway, now we're going to be hitting one of the more confusing sections. We're going to have 3 outdoor sections, and it might be weird because you think, how is running outside faster or not? It just sort of is. So, where you're going to want to go is the old dirt road. The dirt road is faster. You'll see why when we get there. First things first. Oh no! It's Mr. X! He's returned! We're gonna wait for him. So I'm gonna go a little bit to the side. I'm gonna allow him to try to fake the punch, and then we just run past him. If you want to get greedier, you can. You can try to juke him, but you can just do that. You can't run past him entirely. You do need to wait a little bit because he has a very wide hitbox, but you can try it if you want. So make sure when you get here, do not go straight, go left. You're going to the forest road. Here. And if you go perfectly straight, there's no dirt. It's just mountain. You don't want mountains. It's all tyrants. It's not good. It's long. This section is easier, it's faster, and more importantly, dudes spawn. Dudes who are not good at hitting you. However, these dudes love to run into you. So what's going to happen is there's a chance they can run behind you. And if they run behind you, they can actually carry you forward pretty heavily. So, yeah. Also, it takes you closer to the final exit, which you're going to need to be going to as well. But, you know, a little bit RNG on that one. Oh, there we go. Look at that. See, that's why you want these guys. They just shove you forward. And you can see why the dirt road's nice. I'm really happy that happened during this run, too. Because, you know, I can always say things, but it's always nice to be able to see why you want to be here. Like, anyone can say anything, but seeing practical applications is always just really good to me, I think. Anyway, that was immaculate. That was really good. So, I like that. I like that one quite a lot. Alright, so now that I've done that, we're going to be going left. That is going to take us into the mansion. And we're actually starting to hit the part where there's less and less of a, split. So the game starts kind of wide, but as you get to the end, it's going to stop going wide and it'll start condensing. I would argue the mansion's where it's going to start really, picking up. Now, an important thing to note as you enter the gates of the mansion, a hunter is going to spawn almost immediately. You're going to go to the right side, so check this out. There he is. Making sure this man does not get in my way, and keeping that in mind every single time. That's why it's like, look to the right, look more right, and then when I go left, I go left. I can't believe it. That man just screamed. Must be a grown man, right? It's definitely not a child or anything. The voice acting in this game is wonderful, by the way. You will get to hear more of it. You hear a lot more. Some things you can't skip. It's pretty great. Anyway, RNG time. You can either get Tyrant here or Zombie. It really doesn't matter. I actually think Tyrant might be a little bit better, but it's not the end of the world depending on which one you get. If you do want an item, there is a Magnum in that room. You do not need it, however. You shall see why we don't need it. Also, you get to listen to the best song in the game. It's just one snare drum, just... The man's gonna go hard on the snare drum. Pretty wild. Alrighty, so we're gonna start by going right. We'll pass these guys. They're pretty grabby, so do be careful of them. They always spawn there. Yeah, pick the end. We're doing commentator run 2, so hope you're doing good today, and hope you have a nice day at work. Finally, some good music. Alrighty, so here's some of the fun stuff. Now, I bet you're wondering, hey, wait a minute, so you grab the grenade launcher and some fire grenades. What else do you need, right? You do need more. So, in this room right here, you're going to be grabbing the acid rounds. The acid rounds will be used for the very final boss. You will need them. Repairing pretty much all our resources for end boss fights. It's kind of fun with that. But not the ones you think. Alright, this room's awkward. The liquor here will almost always body block you, so I actually walk a little bit out, try to give him some room, and then you can run past him. I don't know why he does that. He is just the most awkward enemy in the game. He's really, really weird. I'm not sure why he is. Anyway, if you pass him the first time, these vents will fall. They'll never hit you after that. It's really awkward, and I don't know why that is. Oh, absolutely. The snare drum is absolutely hitting it. Alright, and now we get that key. That key is going to take us back to that first door that you saw, by the way. Yeah, about it. It's going good. Oh, we have good real-life stuff going on. We're doing a commentator run of RE Survivor, or Biohazard Gun Survivor, which has been pretty good so far. Alrighty. These guys are pretty much just stronger versions of zombies. If you know how to deal with zombies, these guys are the cake. Now, this room's a little bit awkward, just because it's not immediately intuitive what you need to do. Like, you know, admittedly, everything just talk to something. However, what you need to talk to is weird, because you need to talk to a small computer on the right. Like, casually, that took me a lot longer than I would like to admit. And then, oh no, dudes spawn. Whatever will we do with these dudes? I'm gonna gun survive all over them. No, I'm kidding. I'm just gonna survive. Beautiful, see? We survived. Perfect. Yeah, hope real life is good for you, though, about it. And now, these guys are back. We're gonna ignore them once again. I did get a little bit of lucky on that grab. Not the end of the world. Oh, that one's unlucky. Ooh, my guy. Buddy, get away. Thank you. One mean enemy so far in this run. There's only been one really mean one. That can happen. Enemies are RNG, but Can't all be winners. Alright, now we're gonna have probably one of the easiest enemies in the game. We've kind of met them already. Once you push this button, these are gonna open. You're gonna be grabbing a key card on the right. The plants do literally nothing. The IVs, I guess, they do nothing. You know what they do? They provide me with oxygen, so I can keep moving forward. They're a detriment to themselves, and good for me. Alright, so we get the key card, and now we can just ditch. See? They do nothing. Also, it should be said, whenever you have a key card, you do need to talk to the key card panel. So, keep that in mind. They do look like raptors. Alright, now another fun thing with this. We're gonna have another Mr. X boss fight coming up. This boss fight's gonna be quite tough, I assure you. It's gonna be very tough. It's not. The fight happens after the plant men. They're gonna be right here. Now, while we are here, you're gonna be going to the left. On the left side, there is grenade ammo. You're going to need this. It's fire grenades. Fire grenades will be very important. The game's not over yet, by the way, even though we are pretty far ahead. There's gonna be still a lot coming up. A lot of this run is endgame. I know it seems simple so far, but I'll start picking up. So, funny enough, we are entering the Mr. X boss fight. This is gonna be the final Mr. X fight. However, Mr. X is actually pretty easy. Why? You're gonna shoot him until he dies. You're using the pistol. He was filmed in the bathroom. Who does that? Good question.
They're creating
How's
these
him, Crafton?
monsters on this island.
I mean, Pee Wee Herman tried his best. Alright, so we're going to shoot him. Hi, Grant, you're doing good. Same trick here, same deal. Pistol ammo, so we have one. There we go. There we go. Missed one shot, that is fine. And there we go, beautiful. And he will drop an item. If it is grenade shells, you need the shells. If it is shotgun ammo, you don't need the ammo. Looks like I got shotgun ammo. We'll ignore that. That is why I grabbed ammo earlier. Because if you do not get the grenade drop, your run would die. Grabbing the grenade ammo earlier means you have a safety buffer. It is a very risky run in the endgame here. That can either be shotgun ammo or flame rounds. Flame rounds are needed. Also, oh my god, it's a hunter! You can't skip this cutscene. Luckily, there's no penalty for trying during cutscenes. Also, help! Oh my god, I love the way he screams, help! A little bit of gold splits. I like my P chat, red and gold.
Hang on!
Alrighty, so this hunter, you need to kill him. The way this is going to work, mash the pause button. You're going to inventory immediately. Now, you're actually going to want to get your grenade out, and you want to shoot instantly. So the moment you get in, you're going to get your grenade. The grenade is right here. You're going to equip it, and then you're just going to fire. There you go. Grenade launchers in this game are really awkward. The reason why is the standard grenade launcher will fire and spread.
I'm sorry.
So this way, what you want to do instead is fire instantly, because then they'll, you know, all the bolts will chain onto them. If you let them go too far, they'll split.
Vincent is the one who caused everything.
Oh, of course. Pretty terrifying. Also, lore, you can't skip this.
You?
You?
What do you mean? You're the detective. Your name is Ark Thompson.
What? Really? I'm not Vincent?
He is.
Then why did you run away from me?
Because I'm the one that told Vincent about you.
Hello, I'm Vincent. I've been transferred to this facility to inspect it.
I love Ark, by the
Nice
way.
to
The
meet
lore
you,
of this
sir.
game is just wild.
I know Commander Vincent. So I knew that you weren't him when I saw you.
What? A spy? Thank you. You are a good boy, Locke.
Or a good boy. Alright, now it's skippable. Also, I've enjoyed the self-destruct sound. If you can do a better self-destruct sound than this, I'm proud of you. You're better than 90s voice actors. But you know what? I love her. Chat, if we find this woman who did this, I am down to pay her to do like this alert on my channel. I'm totally down. What I use, I'm on a PlayStation 2, and I use a retro tank. Alrighty, it is game time. Let's go. Yeah, I use a retro tank. So, we are in the grand home stretch. We have the end game coming up.
That's right. At the request of my friend Leon S. Kennedy, I came here to investigate. Oh, yes.
Can't skip it.
I remember everything.
Beautiful, beautiful dialogue. By the way, that's how this game relates to it.
Tell
He's
me the
best
truth.
friends with Leon.
You are a spy.
However, it's very likely that Leon sent him here to die. Like, Leon never mentions Ark, and this is like a suicide mission. So, it's beautiful. Ark Thompson's a true king. He's best friends with Leon S. Kennedy. You know, the S stands for Leon S. Kennedy, right? That's right. It stands for Subscribe to Ecdysis.
Yes, I'm not Vincent. I'm
I'm
Ark.
Ark. Oh, let's go. That's the YouTube plug, by the way. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. This is going on YouTube as well. I wanted a YouTube video. We have it. It's going. We're good. You have to admit that was cheeky. The absolute mad lad, he actually did it. Wait a minute. Thank you, Spooky Dude, for the tier 1. Welcome to the Swarm. Enjoy the emotes and the series. Thank you for the sub. Hope you're doing good today. It actually worked. The absolute mad lad, he actually did it. Alright, so hit that button. We're going to run back immediately. We have to activate the boss fight here. Alright, there's the plant man. You know how it works in the plants, right? That's right, you run past them. Pretty riveting enemies. Okay, so now we're hitting probably the hardest stuff in the game. All the fights now are going to be with an enemy called Hypnos. This is like the game's super tyrant. You can see him right there in the background. So you're gonna grab this key, and you are gonna begin heading over. So, the boss fight's going to require the use of flame ammo, and it's very important. You have to do this exact. Hypnos is a really weird fight, and it's a very feelings-based fight. Anyway, enjoy. Chat, we haven't seen the enemy all game, right? Like, you haven't even seen a villain. You've kind of just been running through this. Everybody wondering, what has the main villain been up to? Wait a minute. There he is. It's Twink! It's his second appearance.
You're human. You must be the leader of the cleaner unit sent by Umbrella to destroy the evidence of this biohazard.
He said it.
Whatever. I don't have time for your pathetic games. I have already sent the self-destruction system. This island will be gone in a matter.
Is that Hunk? No, he's Hunk's lesser-known brother, Twink. I don't actually know his name. He's meant to be a Hunk ripoff, and he dies immediately. So we call him Twink. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it. Twink is now dead. We are now fighting Hypnos. So here's the boss fight. You're going to be going to your item menu immediately. You still want the grenade launcher, however, you are actually going to be going over to the flame rounds, and you want to equip that to your grenade launcher. So here's what's going to happen. You're going to aim at the ground on his feet. From then, you want to keep looking away. That's not me doing the fight. What's happening is by shooting the ground and hitting his feet, I'm looking away, the camera is forcing back, because the game wants to force you into looking at him. So, by constantly shooting fire at his feet, it's damaging him a lot. It just... That's why it's very particular. You want to shoot it right in front of his feet. And that's how Hypnos 1 works. That's why I'm kind of mentioning it's very important. Now, if you do it wrong and you miss it, what's going to happen is if you try looking away, the camera will not force you back. I do want to be quite very literal here. If you're doing this, the camera should be, like, if you're pulling away, it will force you to look at him. That's how you know you get it right. If the camera is not being forced, you did it wrong. You need to hit his feet. That's also why you want an abundance of fire ammo. Uh-oh, wrong way. Okay, oh god. Lads, gentlemen, that's fine. That worked out. Okay. We're almost at the end of the game. Alright, there they are.
Train, hurry!
Check it out. Also, once again, can't skip. So before the train begins, you're going to have to activate it. That'll be on the right side. Something to keep in mind, those enemies from earlier are going to be coming back. The gunner dudes. So you just want to make sure that you're not going to get body blocked. That's really the big thing here. Yep, we gotta go. We're almost done. Now, the more ammo you save as well, the better the finale will go for you. There we go. If you are running low on health, that is fine. Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, that's a really bad section. Normally, you can run straight forward. I did get unlucky. Now, like I mentioned, you do have 2 medkits in your inventory. You can dip into those if you need to. The final Hypnos fight might require it. Not always, but usually it might. Now, to mention final Hypnos is weird. This game's really awkward because I did name it awkward. This game has one of the hardest finales in any Resident Evil game. Like, it's really awkward. How easy the rest of the game is, the final boss fights are kind of ridiculous. Because you have to do them in one shot. You only get what you picked up. But there's 2 phases, and both phases are pretty difficult. I wonder why? Probably because it's, you know, kind of meant to be like a light gun rail shooter kind of deal. It's not quite a rail shooter, you are moving arc, it's just kind of like an FPS game. But it plays kind of like a light gun thing, so I think that's why. They want it to be really, really hype. Not to say other Resident Evil fights aren't hype, but like, you don't get the, you know, the free rocket launcher. You have to kill it. So let's go. Anyway, at this point, don't care about his feet. You're just going to be killing him. So important things to remember, the rule does apply to this man. If you do not look at him, he will not hit you. Then just keep firing until he dies. Make sure you do his body. I do like to make sure I back away so I don't make too many hits. Ooh, that's pretty bad. We're actually going to heal it. Oh wait, wrong button. There we go. Play it nice and safe. Just one heal right there. Cool. By the way, fun fact about this game if you're trying to run it. Damage is RNG. I do apologize in advance for that. In this game, damage is entirely random. I don't know why it is, so... Yep. I remember one time I was talking with Punchy. You might know him for some of his fun videos on like Left 4 Dead and Uno. And other Silent Hill speedrunning stuff and Resident Evil sometimes. But I was talking to them, I was like, oh hey, how do you do the final fight faster? It's entirely random. You just shoot until it dies. And then hope it dies. Alright, time for final Hypnos. Same idea. Alright. Now, you will likely run out of ammo. This is actually why you wanted the acid rounds. I am Zubby. Oh, you mean Punchiest. Yeah! You can probably tell where I'm going after the stream, by the way. Alright, come on. And then if you do run out, you do have grenade rounds. You might need to dip in everything. I usually have to use everything here. It's a pretty rough fight. Yeah, this is like absolutely a super tyrant. Good fight. There we go. Okay, that wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. And at this point, you just watch the credits. If you've gone to this point, your run is done. There's nothing else left to do. There is a final cutscene. You can't skip it. So, yeah. I hope you all enjoyed this run of Resident Evil Survivor. And let's see what happens, shall we? Ash run? It's a pretty good run, actually. I don't know if this is going to be PB or not. Currently, my PB is the 3858 you see on the screen. Oh, you'll see. You shall see what's going on here.
Seconds to detonation. 9, 8, 7.
Yeah, I've been getting better at this game.
5, 4, 3,
I have been getting a little bit better.
1.
So, that's nice. I'm not too sure what this run will be, but we shall see. Looks like I'm probably about a minute faster. So, maybe it'll end up being a, maybe a 37. I mean, we'll see, though. I mean, good for Ark. He did it. He saved the day. Oh wait, no, he's still here. Wait. Yeah, you didn't think there was gonna be no, you didn't think he died, did you? We never hit him with the rocket launcher. Come on, it's Resident Evil.
Get down!
I agree. We need a Survivor remake. And GG is dead. And we get our wonderful ending. What kind of words of wisdom do you think Ark Thompson has for us? It's a good question. Let's see.
What are we gonna do, mister?
Yeah. What are we gonna do?
I don't know, but don't worry. We can fly as long as we have fuel.
Thank you, Ark. Very cool. Howdy, Pum. We can fly as long as we have fuel. Alright, anyway, you're going to be hitting pause once you get to the credits, and then, GG. No one known here. GG. I got a 3807. I actually moved up a rank. My old rank was at 3858. I am now top 6 out of 10 runners. Not bad. Not bad at all, actually. That kind of closes some of the gap a little bit. It's nice. I'm actually not terrible at this game. Yeah, it's a new PB. I could have been better. I did wish the final Hypnos was better there, but you know what? That worked. I don't explain run, so I will say that has been Resident Evil Gun Survivor Speedrun Explained. I hope you all enjoyed it. What's top one? 3636 by Punchy. I mentioned that. I mentioned Punchy had it earlier. Oh, this category at least. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed it. Also, even to get a sub going to Itaru. And thank you very much, Robin Thess. But yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, remember to like the video, comment if you liked it, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more like this. I haven't done one of these in a good minute, and I kind of thought it'd be fun to do it for Survivor. I really do like this game, so it kind of warmed up to me. It's kind of weird what games jump out at you, but you know what? It's fun. And remember, he's best friends with Leon S. Kennedy. All right.